Hello, everyone. So happy to be here tonight to share some of my work with you. I have a question, and I would like for you to raise your hand if you felt worried at some point over the past few months. All right. That is a common narrative that I've been hearing, and the reasons behind it are not a secret. Right, of course, we've been hit with uncertainty, and the primary response to that is fear. So I'd like to share some of my work on the workplace effects of fear to increase our awareness and start the conversation on what we can do to overcome. Right, so first off, fear is a powerful response to a threat or a physical, psychological, or emotional danger. And it triggers a survival response that is similar to being chased by a tiger. And what that looks like is a narrowed perceptual and cognitive focus on the threat, pessimistic assessments of success, and risk avoidance. And additionally, fear also has physiological effects, such as increase in heart rate and blood pressure, which prepare us for that fight or flight response. And all of these are very effective at ensuring immediate survival, which is the primary focus of fear, but we pay the cost in the long term. And especially, I see fear as something that takes away from our ability to reach our full potential, because fear keeps us safe and fear keeps us small. Fear also hinders our ability to think outside the box and act creatively, which are especially important in times of uncertainty. Fear also is associated with actions that are self-focused and self-centered. Fear takes a cognitive load, which keeps us thinking about what we're afraid of rather than our work. And that is associated with declines in performance. What I found most compelling was from a recent meta-analysis that we published, and that is just a statistical summary of a large body of work. The strongest effects we found were for counterproductive behaviors, which are behaviors intentionally undertaken to harm the organization and its members. And it's not because they're bad people. We know because we controlled for integrity in a different study. Really, it's probably a function of the self-focus and the self-preservation that fear kicks us into. And not only are counterproductive behaviors an issue on themselves, but they also contribute to a toxic environment where people don't feel that they can trust, and that takes away from collaboration. I see fear, or who we are when we're afraid, as representing the lowest denominator of who we are as humans, so the most base instincts. So what can we do? What can we do to overcome? So this definitely is not the time to be focusing on the cost cutting and the layoffs, right? That's just going to make things worse. But this is a really great opportunity for us to come together and provide a safe environment for our employees, where they feel that their manager, their colleagues have their back, they feel the empathy, they feel that they belong for who they are, and they're also part of a community. And they feel that once they walk in those doors, they forget all about the pressures of the outside world. And if we get this right, and if we get this right now, we will really set ourselves on the path to having really solid relationships with our employees into the future. Because we never forget who was there for us when we felt afraid. Thank you.